students, for once, we have this year, so far this school year, in the spring we did some stuff all together, but actually TK, K1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are all doing stunts and tumbling. So the TK has a separate lesson, but the K through 6 are going to have their own lesson. So we are all going to do a dynamic warm-up together, and then you are going to hit different progressions during your stunts lesson. So if you're kindergarten or first, you might only do 1 or 2. If you're 6th grade, you might go all the way to the top. It just depends on your ability and your skill level. So we are going to do a warm-up together, then we are going to do our lesson together, and then we are going to do our cool down. So we're going to start off with our cool down, our warm-up. So we do a dynamic warm-up. This was one of your test questions if you're 3 through 6. And not all of you got this right, which is shocking because I talk about it every single time we meet. We are going to do a dynamic warm-up. We do a dynamic warm-up so our heart can pump, so our heart's beating, and our heart is pushing blood to all our large muscles. When the blood goes to our muscles, it warms up our muscles. So the dynamic warm-up warms up our muscles. Why do we want to warm up our muscles? Because warm muscles don't get hurt. So you need to remember those two things. We do a dynamic warm-up so our body, our heart can start to pump, and it can start to spread blood to our large muscles, and our muscles can get warm. And we want warm muscles because warm muscles do not get injured as easily. All righty, here we go. We're going to run in place to start. wide, close, wide. Now we're going to do it for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Now 2s. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now singles. So together, apart, together, apart. That one's a little bit harder. All right, awesome job, way to go. We will be doing stunts and tumbling. I'm going to have 2 very special guests for the entire week. It's a lot easier for me to have students model. And then after your lesson with stunts and tumbling, you will do your HIIT workout if you're in 3rd, 4th, 5th, or 6th grade. So last week I put the HIIT workout in the video. That's fine if you want to do it that way. Your teacher was also supposed to attach it. I know some of you like to use that because it has the automatic timer at the bottom. So either way, it doesn't matter. But once you're done, so if you're K, 1, 2, you're going to do your cool down after stunts and tumbling. And if you are 3, 4, 5, 6, you're going to do stunts and tumbling, you're going to do your HIIT workout, and then you are going to do your cool down. Remember, we're going to have the same cool down, the same warm up all week, and the same cool down all week. So we will have it for the entire week. It's just easier, and it gives you time to practice like a routine. So I hope you have fun with our special guest stars. I will introduce them as soon as I see them. I have to drive over to the park to meet them. So I will see you at the cool down. Bye. Hello students, we are going to work on the forward roll. I was fortunate enough to meet up with some students. I have Patrick and Summer and Kylie who are going to model the forward roll for me. When you do the forward roll, you start from a standing position and then you crouch down and you put your hands by your shoulders facing forward. You tuck your chin to your chest and you put the back of your head onto the floor. When Patrick does his forward roll, he does it more like a taekwondo roll. So he tucks his head under and his shoulder actually touches the ground first. And then you push with your feet and you whip yourself over and you stand up. So I want you to make sure that you have plenty of personal space, that you are doing this on a soft surface. So make sure that you're on a soft surface and no one is around you and nothing is around you. If you are nervous or afraid, please try and have the adult in your life help you. The most important thing is that you keep your chin tucked to your chest, and that you start off when you put your head on the ground with the back of your head on the ground so you can keep your body nice and round and you can make a perfect roll. Good luck. It takes practice. I hope that you get the forward roll down. So I'm going to play this in super slow motion. Patrick is going to go first. He's shaking the dirt off the mat. He is going to do more of a taekwondo roll, so you'll see him. And he is getting ready to go. He's making sure that he has plenty of room around him. His feet are apart. He goes to his knees. He tucks his shoulder and he rolls over. So that is more of a taekwondo roll. Here goes Kylie. Kylie's going to squat down, put her hands down on the mat, put the back of her head down and roll over. She pushes off with her feet. And Summer is coming. Summer is going to put her feet apart, crouch down, put her hands down, push off with her feet, and roll perfectly over and hop right up and be ready to go. Here is the same clip in fast motion so you can see what it looks like in fast motion. So the most important thing is that you remember to push with your feet so you have enough momentum to make it over. Next, we have the straddle roll. The straddle roll is almost exactly like the forward roll, except your feet are apart. Put your hands down, your head down, and you push with your legs. So it's almost exactly the same. Kylie did a perfect job. Here goes Summer. Feet apart, hands down, tuck her head, push with her feet, and she rolls over. And then Patrick comes to the mat, and he is going to clear his area. Kylie's giving him a little example. He's going to make sure he has plenty of room. He's going to spread his feet apart. He's also going to put his head down. He's going to tuck his head in though, and he is going to, oh, look, he's making sure he has plenty of room. And he is going to make sure that he has plenty of room, and he pushes with his feet and he nails it. Here's the same clip in fast motion so you can see what it looks like. So feet apart, hands down, push with your feet and roll over. And here we go with Patrick. I like how Patrick always makes sure that it's super safe and he has plenty of personal space because he doesn't want to kick his sisters in the anywhere really. All right, great job, Patrick. All right, the backwards roll is similar to the forward roll, only because you're rolling. So you start with your back to the mat, you squat down, your hands are by your ears, you roll onto your back, you push with your hands as your feet go over, and then that is the backwards roll. You need to make sure that you keep your chin tucked on this one as well. It's super, super important. And you need to make sure that when you sit down and you start to roll onto your back and push with your hands that you have enough momentum to make it over. And once again, we have Kylie and Patrick and Summer to show us how it's done. I was so lucky to have models to do this because I didn't really want to be rolling around on the sidewalk. So we met in the park. I wore my mask. We kept our distance. So we were super safe while we were doing this. And like I said, I'm super happy they were able to help. All right, here we go. Kylie first, super slow motion. She sits down and she pushes off, pushes with her hands, throws her feet over, and rolls backward. She kept her chin tucked in very nicely. Summer is next. Here we go. Summer is going to sit down and throw her feet over and push herself over with her hands. Great job. So you can see that this is pretty difficult. So we're having a little bit, look at her laughing. We're having a little bit of a difficult time. So what's going to end up happening is we are going to end up doing it on an incline. So it gives them a little downhill momentum. So the next clip will show them doing it on a downhill angle so they will have more momentum going down. So if you have to, you can do it down a hill. Sometimes it's easier. So here we go. See, it's a little bit easier because it's a downhill incline. So now we're going to have, that was Kylie. Here's Patrick, here he goes. So it already helps him with the momentum because it's already going downhill. And here is Summer, sit down. So you can see how much easier it was for her on the incline. Not supposed to hurt. I don't want your arm bent like this. I want your arm straight. Good. Now this arm out to the side. Bring it across. Pull your elbow in. Gentle pull in your shoulder right here. Great. Arm in the air. Put it down your back like this. If you're scratching your back, and pull your elbow over that way with your other hand. You'll feel a gentle pull right here. All right, now the other hand in the air, down your back, pull it over, super gentle stretch, not super hard. So it's really important to stretch the muscles that we used. So in stunts and tumbling, we use a lot of muscles. I want you to hug yourself Try and reach your fingers all the way back and pull forward so you're stretching your back. Now we're going to switch arms and we're going to put our other arm in the front. So this arm is in the front right now. We're going to move like this and we're going to put our other arm in the front. Try and reach your fingers back. Stretch your back. All right. Now I want you to interlock your fingers like this, except we're not going to do it in front. We're going to do it behind. So behind, shoulders back. So we're going to stretch our pectoral muscles and try and lift your arms in the air. If you want to, you can bend over a little bit. Great job. Put your your leg in front of your other leg and reach down. You should feel a gentle stretch in the back of your legs. If you're like this, that is not stretching, okay? You need to actively try and reach towards the ground. Make sure you keep your legs straight. All right, switch. So your other foot's in front, reach down, reach, reach. All right, this foot is going to go on top of this knee. So you're going to make like a number 4. So number 4, and then you're going to sit down a little and you're going to push this knee. So you should feel it stretching in your hip and maybe a little bit on your inner thigh. If you have to, you can hold on to a chair, that's fine. Awesome. Other foot on top, sit. Push it down, stretches out your hips. Alrighty, students, I will see you soon. Have a great day.